Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to completely reframe a struggle that, let's be honest, you probably face every single day. I'm talking about procrastination. If you constantly find yourself putting things off, feeling incredibly guilty about it, and just wondering why you can't seem to force yourself to do the hard things, I want you to just take a deep breath. Because by the end of this explainer, you're going to realize that your daily battle with distraction is absolutely not a character flaw. It's actually just biology. Okay, picture this painfully relatable scenario. It is 6:30 in the morning, your alarm goes off, you open your eyes, stare at the ceiling, and immediately remember all those promises you made to yourself last night. You know the ones. Today was the day you were finally gonna hit the gym, or study for that exam, or knock out that personal project. But then, you notice how incredibly warm your bed is. The room is perfectly quiet. The blanket suddenly feels, well, absolutely impossible to leave. And that familiar little voice inside your head whispers, just 5 more minutes. We all know exactly how this ends, right? 5 minutes turns into 30, the workout never happens, and your entire day kicks off with a heavy dose of immediate guilt. But what if I told you that you actually aren't lazy at all? Section 1, the modern survival trap, or why your brain actually thinks distraction is a victory. See, when you get distracted by a phone notification instead of working, your brain isn't broken. It's actually doing exactly what it was designed to do. It's successfully finding the absolute fastest path to feeling good. We're essentially dealing with a massive evolutionary mismatch here. Your brain really only has one primary job, and that is to keep you alive, not to make you successful or wealthy or highly disciplined, just alive. And for thousands of years of ancestral survival, staying alive depended entirely on saving energy. Food wasn't guaranteed, so every unnecessary effort wasted precious calories. Our brains evolved to constantly ask, hey, can I get a reward using less energy? Back then, that literally kept us alive. But in our modern reality, it just keeps us scrolling. Imagine you're standing in front of 2 doors. Behind door 1, you've got 2 hours of deep, heads-down work. No instant reward, no excitement, just pure, difficult focus. Now look at door 2. Unlimited entertainment, funny videos, games, instant messages from your friends, literally a brand new hit of dopamine every few seconds. Which door do you think a calorie-conserving survival brain is instinctively going to want to open? Exactly, the easy one. It's wired to naturally gravitate toward immediate rewards. Section 2, the motivation myth. Why we need to stop waiting to feel inspired. Truly understanding how your brain works means busting the massive myth that you need to wake up bursting with motivation before you can actually start working. I love this quote. Waiting for motivation is like waiting to become fit before going to the gym. It simply never arrives. Think about the last time you cleaned your room. Before you started, you almost certainly did not feel excited to do it. But after you forced yourself to pick up just a few things, put away some clothes, something shifted. You kept going. Your desire to clean only showed up after you had already started the process. This brings us to a really crucial piece of mental re-engineering. It's a specific sequence. Step 1 is action. Action must always come first. Doing the thing, even if you do it terribly, creates step 2, momentum, and it is only that momentum that eventually summons step 3, motivation. If you're sitting around waiting for step 3 to magically kick off the process, you are literally going to be waiting forever. Section 3, the fear of uncertainty, or how escaping discomfort masquerades as a lack of discipline. Let's imagine a college student sitting down to study. The textbook is open, ready to go. But after 2 pages, it feels frustrating. It's hard. So he wanders over to his phone, checks one message, then another, and suddenly an entire hour is gone. He tells himself he has absolutely no discipline, but he's totally wrong. His brain is simply fleeing the slow, uncomfortable frustration of studying in exchange for effortless, tiny rewards. He's just escaping discomfort. And here's the thing, your brain doesn't just avoid hard work, it desperately avoids uncertainty. Think about someone who's always wanted to start a YouTube channel. They have these amazing ideas, but right before they hit record, this internal monologue kicks in. What if nobody watches? What if people judge me? What if I completely fail? The brain sees the uncertainty of putting yourself out there as a massive flashing red threat to your safety. So what does it do? It tricks you into this perpetual trap. Instead of actually starting, you spend another week planning. Because planning feels productive. It feels safe, and it requires endless, cozy research. Starting, on the other hand, feels incredibly risky, uncertain, and exposed. Make no mistake, your brain will always choose the safety of preparation over the perceived risk of actual execution. Section 4, 3 steps to discipline. It is time to outsmart your own biology. Okay, now that we know exactly what we're up against, let's pivot to the practical solutions. First things first, we are going to completely abandon willpower right now. Willpower is just a limited resource that drains away when you get tired. Instead, we are going to rely on low-friction systems. Since willpower fades, step one is we have to make the hard thing ridiculously small. If your goal is a 1-hour workout, your brain absolutely panics and immediately finds an excuse, so you change the commitment to just 5 minutes. Need to read a whole book? Commit to reading 1 single page. Need to write an essay? Commit to just 1 sentence. Your brain doesn't sound the alarm when a task feels microscopically small. And since starting is usually the hardest part, once you begin that 1 sentence, continuing becomes infinitely easier. Step 2 involves changing what's physically around you. Imagine desk 1. It's got a buzzing phone, open snacks, and video games right within arm's reach. Now look at desk 2. It is completely clear, just a notebook, a laptop, and a glass of water. If you put the exact same person at both of these desks, you are going to get completely different results. Your environment quietly shapes your decisions long before your willpower is ever even needed. So stop blaming yourself and start actually designing your surroundings for success. And that brings us to step 3, 60. The very next time you sit down to work and you feel that overwhelming, unbearable urge to grab your phone and escape the boredom, I want you to implement the 60-second rule. Just sit with that unbearable urge for 60 seconds. Here is exactly how that builds discipline. 1, you feel the urge to escape. 2, you wait 60 seconds and simply notice the feeling. Your brain is going to scream at you that it's unbearable. But 3, the feeling actually fades, and you realize, oh, I actually don't have to escape every single uncomfortable moment. 4, you repeat. Discipline is not built through being some perfect robot. It is built entirely through the repetition of teaching your brain that discomfort is actually safe. Section 5, the compound effect. Let's fast forward exactly 1 year. Let's look at what happens when you actually apply these hacks over time. I want to show you the massive long-term impact of these microscopic biological adjustments. Picture 2 versions of yourself 1 year from today. Version A always listens to the brain's plea for comfort. They sleep in, they scroll a little longer, they put things off. Now, version B isn't perfect either. Version B is also tired and definitely gets distracted. But version B uses the micro-commitments. They start anyway. Just 5 minutes of work. Just 1 page of a book. Fast forward a year, and version A is sitting exactly where they started. But version B, they've built massive momentum, solid habits, and real confidence. And this brings us to the most important realization of the day. The gap wasn't talent. It wasn't intelligence. It was the direction of thousands of small choices. The life you want, the goals you have, they do not require superhuman genetics. They live entirely on the other side of just a little bit of daily discomfort. Section 6, the 5-minute experiment. Now it is your turn. It's time to put this into practice. I have a remarkably small challenge for you tonight. I want you to pick the one task you've been avoiding the absolute most. Don't try to finish it. Seriously, don't. Just set a timer for 5 minutes and start. When that timer goes off, you are totally free to stop. You have full permission to just walk away. But you just might find that getting started was literally the only hard part all along. Look, your brain is always going to offer you the easy option because it genuinely thinks it's keeping you safe. But your future is built by the choices you make right after hearing that voice. So I'll leave you with this. What will you choose the next time your brain whispers, let's just do it later?